The European Yoga Federation was founded 15 years ago. Since then, our motto is unity in diversity. Please listen to the main key points.
Connect, bringing together European yoga teachers and establishing delegates and representatives for each country, considering the social differences in various countries and support the needs. Equality, regardless of gender, origin, sexual orientation, social class, and religion, overcoming dogmatism, fundamentalism, to promote universal understanding.
Promote, encouraging a yogic lifestyle and a holistic approach to life as a tool for physical and mental wellness, a more spiritually elevated, peaceful, happy and physically fit society.
Integrate and unify, integrating science and the art of yogic living, modern knowledges with ancient wisdoms for betterment of the world and global development. Recognizing, accepting and integrating the many different paths that lead to the same final goal, making sure that yoga will maintain its original purpose. Namaste.
Provide study of secular knowledge, philosophy and ancient text, Bhagavad Gita, Yoga Sutra and Veda. Study of techniques, modern developments in teaching techniques, incorporating scientific findings in medicine, psychology, etc. to guarantee a certain standard, an established graduation system to provide a minimum standard for yoga teachers training.
The European Yoga Federation wants to gather everyone who wants to be operative toward the good direction of love and diffusion of a discipline like yoga that starts to all of us the way to peace.
Welcome to United Consciousness, where one consciousness, one being, is more than just a belief. It's a movement, a global initiative that unites us all in the pursuit of peace, spiritual wisdom, and universal happiness. It's a global mission that's touching life across continents. If you have ever felt the need for connection, spiritual guidance, or just a sense of belonging, you are in the right place. Welcome to United Consciousness. United Consciousness is not just an organization. It's a living, breathing community dedicated to enhance the holistic well-being of over 3 lakh individuals worldwide. Our mission is simple yet profound. One consciousness, one being. We believe that by connecting with our higher selves and each other, we can live lives filled with purpose, meaning, and fulfillment. Together, we are building a global community that shares this vision, helping each other unlock our full potential. With the presence in over 100 countries, including Switzerland, Canada, Australia, Japan, etc., United Consciousness is here to help you thrive in this complex world. So why wait? Join us on this transformative journey. Let's create a world where peace and happiness are not just a distant ideal, but a tangible reality we can all experience here and now.
Namaste, everybody. On behalf of European Yoga Federation and United Consciousness, I humbly welcome all of the seekers, masters from different parts of the world for this panel discussion on Ancient Wisdom series on Yoga for Immunity and Vitality. With us, we have Yogacharya Sri Jadranko Miklec, who will be moderating today's session. May I humbly invite Jadranko ji, who is also Vice President of European Yoga Federation, to moderate the panel discussion. And before that, may I request tech team to kindly play his introduction video so that we get to know more about him.
Mr. Jadranko Miklec from Croatia. He is Yogacharya, Yoga and Ayurvedic therapist, teacher of Transcendental Meditation and Maharishi's Vedic Science. Manoshadi Bhishagacharya, a herbal scientist, president of Institute of Yoga and Ayurveda. He teaches yoga in Europe, America, India and China. He gained knowledge about yoga from Maharishi Mahesh Yogi A.G. Mohan, direct disciple of Shri T. Krishnacharya, Maharishi Swami Devmurti Yogacharya, Dr. Mukund Bhole. He wrote 6 books about yoga. Also, he has experience with the application of yoga and Ayurveda to sports, tennis, football, driver, judo, volleyball, etc. For teaching yoga, Jadranko is cooperating with Maharishi Academy for Vedashiv Craft, Morarji Desai National Institute of Yoga, India, Bharatiya Vidyapeeth Deemed University, European Yoga Federation, and World Movement for Yoga and Ayurveda.
Over to you, Jadranko ji. Most welcome.
Thank you, Vikram ji. It's a great honor to be the moderator of this very interesting and beautiful panel discussion about the immunity and vitality, how yoga can improve the quality of our life. And I would like, before we start with our discussion, to introduce our panelists. And here with us are great masters in the field of yoga in different areas. And Swami Suryananda Saraswati, as the president of European Yoga Federation, and many decades of guiding yoga, all the people in the Europe and around the world. And then Miss Amy Blesio, Yogacharya and great master of yoga. And especially I feel she is devoted to the spiritual aspect of yoga, related to the knowledge of the soul and how to revive the value of the living of soul in life. And our great Sri Durgadas Sawant, great Acharya expert in the field of yoga for health and the traditional yoga, traditional texts and the knowledge applied to the specifically area of yoga therapy and the means to achieve the health and preventive, specifically prevented through the Shatkriyas. So it's a beautiful assembly of the experts to deal with this topic. And I would like now to technical team to give us introduction for them.
The Bhagavad Gita says, yoga is the journey of the self, through the self, to the self. Today, we are fortunate to welcome Swami Suryananda Saraswati ji from Italy. He is the creator and founder of the World Yoga and Ayurvedic Community, president of World Movement for Yoga and Ayurveda of the European Yoga Federation and the C.Y. Surya International School of Yoga and Ayurveda, Vice President of the International Yoga Federation of New Delhi, and a founding member of the European Ayurveda Association. He has been practicing and teaching yoga for 52 years. He has held courses in Italy, India, Greece, France, Spain, Switzerland, and many other countries. The result of years of experience gained in close contact with Indian psychophysical reality, with luminaries of Ayurvedic medical sciences and Eastern monks, and is often present in major congress as a speaker. He authored many books dedicated to yoga and Ayurveda. Kofi Annan has rightly said, "We may have different religions, different languages, different colored skins, but we all belong to one human race." So now let's welcome Swami Suryananda Saraswati. I'm feeling grateful to welcome our next guest, who is spraying love in all directions and awakening people for realizing the true meaning of inner peace. She is Ms. Amy Blesio, Mahamandleshwar Pandit Yoga Charani Swami Gayatri Devi. She's a Yoga Paripurna School Master and UPF Ambassador for Peace recognized by UN, received honorary doctorate by Techno India University, and elected as advisor of this university. In 2010, she received the F. Gandhi Simplicity Award at the Mahatma Gandhi Memorial in New Delhi, India. Amy Blesio is patron of the Women International Network Award for Peace and Non-Violence and member forever of the World Peace Development and Research Foundation India. In Italy, she is member of Seta Mondo Association Board of Directors, Milan Department of Culture, and contact person for the Rights and Equal Opportunity section. She is founder and spiritual guide in Milan of Suryananda Ashram, president of the World Community of IC and TD of CUIDY, official Italian Confederation of Yoga, and the International Yoga Confederation of Delhi. Co-founder and ambassador of the World Movement of Yoga and Ayurveda. During the last 20 years, she has published her experiences in 12 books. So please welcome Ms. Amy Blesio. I'm privileged to introduce and welcome Shri Durgadas Sawant. He is MSc in Physiology from Goa Medical College, Diploma in Yoga, Yoga Therapy, Naturopathy from Yoga Vidya Niketa, Mumbai, and Institute of Alternative Medicine, Mumbai. MA in Yoga Shastra from Kavi Kulguru Kalidas Sanskrit University. Teaching yoga for 35 years and took yoga sessions in various corporate bodies. He is presently organizing a Vashi and Global Online Diploma in Yogic. He is a member National Consultative Committee, Skill Ministry, Government of India. He has written book on natural diet named Nis Argahar and published in 4 languages: Marathi, English, Hindi, Gujarati. He got Vocational Excellence Award in 2008 from Rotary International, Nirul. Yoga Jeevan Gaurav Puraskar in 2017 of Yoga Vidya Niketa, Mumbai, and many other awards. So ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to...
Thank you very much for a beautiful introduction. And now it's time that we start with our topic. And the vitality and immunity is very important today because we are witnessing the lack of those values in the life of the people. And today also it brought the medical science, the most modern approach to address that topic, and forming the psychoneuroendocrino-immunology approach. It means a psychosomatic approach to health, which is established thousands of years back. And we find the concept of that approach in the ancient traditional texts related to the yoga practice. And where it is recognized that all problems are starting from the mind. And basically the condition of our mind, what kind is the quality of our mind, whether we have negative thoughts, negative feelings, or we are able to have naturally positive attitude to life and positive. And recently, even the experts from the modern psychology, they said that the most important thing in our life is feeling of love, that this is the highest medicine. So, because this is actually the nature of our soul, and I would like our dear Amy Blesio to comment on that topic, which the qualities are expressed in the principles of Yama, which are the nature of our soul, and how to revive those values in our life, how we can move from the ego related living to the soul related living, and in that sense to increase our immunity and vitality in life. So dear Amy, please give us your blessing on that topic.
Now, immediately. Okay, I speak. I get to start. Okay. Okay. We are working and speak about the fortifying our immune system. So there is a lot of people that is impossible to do it, but if we can think you have overdone also in Italy, also in the other country, this quality we have to teach, to learn this fortify our immune system that the nature gave us for this purpose. So I think to fortify, we have to defend ourselves and for any virus or problem coming for outside. The first answer is, okay, fortifying our immune system that nature has gave us for this purpose. Nothing can be passed on the other without having experienced it first on our own skin. So this is the fruits of a full life in yoga. Every proof on life is useful and precious. It's a good or bad art. As a useful method for forge and our personal resistance. Teacher or gurus, it must be like a pure spring where a thirsty student can drink. And the more that they can drink, the more the teacher has to pour. With love and sense of sensibility. Pupils too must be grateful. This improve this sensitivity and enlight their minds. First of all, you have to know ourselves. Evaluated our own needs, priority or exigences, and be aware that every need is a cage. One of the main cause of suffering. Eliminated needs makes you free. The needs created a wokeness. Knowing ourselves is already another step. Only thoughts, the clear and calm water, you can see the stone on the pond. The same with a clear and calm mind, you can know the nature of your soul. So, you take the fears, the human being are clever at building their fears, like a spider builds their nets, webs. Even the human being builds its own web, and then it gets entangled inside. The human can encode the fear of our own animal species. But when the sensitivity is refined, they also be able to feel the fear of the vegetable, not only for the human, but also the vegetable. The rishi feed only with fruits of the plants and not to the plants itself. They feed by milk of the cow and not the cow itself. Fears to lose things or people, but if we think to lose someone, it is because we think to possess it. It's not like this. The more you possess, the more you are possessed. So we have to go free from the possession. And everything will belong to us, because it will be us to belong to the whole. Nothing is ours. Krishna said to Arjuna, you arrived empty-handed and will leave empty-handed. So nothing is lost. It's very important to understand this. Cause and effect. When you face difficult moments in life, the immune defenses are lowered and the missing interior strength. We aren't able to protect us. So act on the effect and not in the cause. It's not a sage thing. When you face difficulty moments in life, the immune defenses are lowered and the missing interior strength. We aren't able to protect us. So act on the effect and not on the cause. It's not a sage thing. Flu, for example, or any other disease, contagious us. If we have high immune defenses, we overgoing it. Without medicine that can help, but could also damage other part, not involved in that problem. If you have a headache, you should try to know the cause of the headache effect. If you don't treat it properly, the problem returns. The pills don't resolve, but only take away the state of alarm. We put the problem only on pause. There are many reasons that cause a headache. How can one piece the suitable for solve all the different causes? Certainly it can't. So pain is only a signal, an alarm bell, and it is very useful. It reveals that there is a problem in our body, and we must listen to it. If you remove the sound of the siren that alert the beginning of fire, the fire doesn't stop. It's not just because you ignore it. the fire will grow up, and then when you see the flames, and will be the much late, and your home will be incinerated, and perhaps you too, along with the house. It must important also the organism, our organism is like this. By not perceiving the problem, we allow harmful elements to have green light in the damage to entire body. Ignoring pain is dangerous because this is the first thing you can use for you.
Thank you.
Sorry?
Thank you very much, Emi.
Okay.
So it was a very all-comprehensive approach to that. Basically, what you said.
Yes, it's a different approach, but it's experimented.
Yes, the main thing you emphasized is the problem of the fear, and this we can relate to the klesha, abhinivesha, the fear of survival. And this is what is very common today, because in this condition of living, we are all in fear from different events happening in our life and around us. And basically, this is then creating the stress that abhinivesha becomes the basis for the fight and flight reaction in our body to save existence. And then on that basis, that stress, we know it's reducing and weakening the immune system. And then we are more affected by different illnesses. So then to remove that fear, we need to come back to realize what is our true existence. That, as you said in Bhagavad Gita, that we are something which is immortal, which the fire cannot burn, the water cannot wet, and as Lord Krishna said, so we are something else than what we are experiencing our life temporary because of ignorance. And the yoga is here to bring us knowledge, to bring us back and relate, connect us with our true self. And in that sense, it is helping very much and dealing with the cause. And in that sense, now I would like that we continue the theme, asking Swami Suryananda ji about the definition of the health from the perspective of yoga. That's what we are aiming for.
Thank you, Jadranko ji. First of all, I want to thank all of you to organize this round table that is so interesting. I share the screen now so you can understand better my English. Okay. Però, sì. Sorry, only 1 minute because we are condividi. It's okay. Only a minute. Okay. Thank you for hearing me. In few words, I want to tell you, as I have often said, despite the many different interpretations, we hear nowadays the very word yoga points to its deepest purpose: to keep together ideally in harmony the two essential dimensions of our human nature, the physical part and the non-physical part. The first, known as Prakriti, is the cosmic material energy, which is also reflected in us as human beings. It has no consciousness of its own, yet it is active and dynamic. It is the object with which we mistakenly identify ourselves, and this leads to suffering, fatigue, loss of energy, and many other imbalances. If we look at today's society, where humanity tends to identify almost exclusively with the material side of life, it is easy to understand why we see such widespread discomfort and even a decline in public health. The second aspect, called Purusha, can be seen as the cosmic spiritual energy that remains unexpressed. It is the seer beyond qualities and attributes, an impassive, unchanging cosmic consciousness. Within us, it is reflected in the pure inner self once it is freed from identification with matter. According to certain schools called of thought, when these two principles merge without awareness, suffering arises, energy is lost, our defenses weaken, and illness can follow. In this sense, Prakriti, this is Purusha, making us believe that what is actually painful and impermanent is beautiful and eternal. The purpose of yoga, as well as that of Ayurveda, then ancient Indian system of medicine, is precisely to free us. This is what moksha means from this mistaken identification. Through awareness and discrimination, we can restore balance. This path leads us back to joy within the soul, the senses, and the mind. And with it came Sojas, the vital essence which support health, happiness, energy, and strong immunity. Ultimately, human happiness, freedom from suffering, is the true aim of disciplines like yoga and Ayurveda. They offer us a way of life that is more balanced and authentic than what modern society often promotes. It is a way of living that helps us step back from unnecessary material needs and instead embrace a more natural existence, one that, as I have repeated many times, is not only material, but deeply rooted in something greater. Thank you.
Thank you, Amadeo G. It's a beautiful presentation of the principle of health from the point of view of teaching of Sankhya. And also that we find that Sankhya defines that the only solution for permanent health and peace and liberation is experience of Purusha. And also this we find confirmation in the further traditional text of Yoga Sutras, where the health is defined as swastha. It means tada drashtuh svarupe avasthanam. From that, svarupe avasthanam means swastha. This is the health definition of to be established in our wholeness, in our true nature, to come back to ourselves. So this is definition of the health, and then the problem of the health comes from the next sutra, Vritti Sarupya Mitaratra, when we become identified, what you said. that Purusha become identified with the activity of Prakriti. And the therapy is the second sutra, Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha, to isolate Purusha, to come back to yourself, the process. So thank you very much for that. And now I would like to ask our dear Sawant, Shri Durgadas Sawant, to tell us about yoga therapy, because this is today a very valuable approach of yoga, because more and more people are interested to search to help themselves with all kinds of illnesses and health problems through yoga. It's not anymore yoga just for the fit people to do all asanas and to be physically in a good condition, but many people with different health problems are searching for help from the field of yoga. And for that, you need to have great responsibility and great knowledge from in the field of yoga to know how to apply yoga practice on the individual level. So please tell us about yoga therapy.
Thank you, Jadranko and United Consciousness for giving me this golden opportunity. In fact, yoga is spiritual, as everybody knows, and the intention of yoga is not health, prevention, cure. That's why it is said health is a mere byproduct of yoga. So yoga has got an inbuilt power to prevent as well as cure various diseases, thus restoring the health. In fact, yoga includes technical aspects on one hand, mainly the Hatha Yogic tradition, so many asanas, pranayam, bandha, mudra, kriya, they are the cleansing processes, and the meditative techniques. But yoga has got an integrated approach. It's not just restricted to these technical aspects. The Yama Niyam, code of conduct, as described by Maharshi Patanjali in the Ashtanga Yoga as a Yama Niyam. Of course, other Yogopanishad also do mention various numbers of Yama and Niyama. That is basically code of conduct is very important as a part of yoga. Do and don't, what you call. And then yoga has got a very vast philosophy. There are so many traditional texts and so many philosophical aspects are there in different darshan and other texts. All this put together is yoga. So we can't say just one component is yoga, but all these components put together becomes yoga. Thus yoga is a way of life. And now coming to yoga therapy, actually telling there is nothing like yoga therapy. Yoga, when practiced by a patient, we call it as yoga therapy. Means the same yogic component are to be practiced in yoga therapy. Only thing what happens, because of different disorders, some of the contraindication need to be followed more strictly. Because, for example, if a high blood pressure is there, topsy-turvy posture should not be done. If knee issue is there or back problem is there are so many, of course, for so many different diseases, so many different contraindications are there. They need to be strictly followed. But otherwise, the very yogic approach is common for yoga as a sadhana as well as yoga as a thank you.
Yes, thank you. You gave us a beautiful vision of yoga therapy. As I always also say, the proper practice of yoga is therapy itself. So then naturally applied and modified according to the psychophysical condition of a person. And also the principles we can find the relation of yoga with Ayurveda also in that sense, taking care of individual approach to the diet, because the problems can come from many areas of life. As in Ashtanga Hridaya, it's stated that it can be through the not proper relation of life, of subject with the object. And that relation, which is called yoga, also can be Ati yoga, A-yoga, Mithya yoga means too much relation, for example, to the food, then this can cause the problem, or no relation also can be the problem of anorexia and all kind of things, and wrong relation, the unhealthy food habits and eating in improper time and not good food items and everything. Mithya yoga also creates the problems. Like this in every field of life, we need to be balanced. So as in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says the yogi is person who is neither eating too much, neither not eating, neither sleeping too much, neither non-sleeping. So middle. So we try in our life to maintain the balanced state of life, and yoga therapy mainly has effect to bring us to the balance. We need to detect what is the disbalance in a person and then what to give him suggestions to bring back to the balance. Thank you very much for your precious knowledge. And now I would like to ask again Amy, because she's the embodiment of love and positive feelings, to tell us what effect it has, how we deal, what Patanjali says, pratipaksha bhavanam. In case, if we are aware of some negative things, negative thinking and feeling, which are opposite to the principles of yama, then we take recourse to those principles. And education in the principles of yama, can you tell us something about it? How we can become educated and practicing principles of yama and niyama in our life?
Oh, yes, it's not so easy to tell this, but I think it's a very good question, because we have to empowering our thinking. We have to, because human being always need to create this problem. So it's an opportune to train the mind to calm and serenity and balance. But you asked me yama and niyama. No, tell
Yes.
me.
It's for example, in niyama, these are that what we can practice. Niyamas applying to our own life.
Yama and niyama. So
Yes, and one niyama is tapas. For example, tapas
tapas
means
tapas.
yes.
Oh, this is
Yes.
a proof. The proof of us to see if you can resist against something. Yes, it's working. We work like this also in the school, because it's very important form our power. No? But you have to understand also that it's not so contrary. Sometimes you have to go a little bit in yama, a little bit in yama, because we are a person. We can have some fault, because we are persons, it's not God. So you have to I have a lot of very, very few words in English, sorry. It's more easy for me to speak in Italian.
Yes,
But
no problem, MEG. I could understand your language from your soul.
you can...
What you wanted to say, that we as human beings, we are making mistakes. We are naturally having negative thoughts and everything. And that the practice of tapas is not for the perfect ones.
No, but
it's meant for those just mental tapas when we become conscious of something that is not good, that we try not to do that, even to burn out in kind of resistance.
Yes,
to
yeah, I think,
maintain our direction into the principle of yama, to the positive values of life. So
yes,
this is
yes,
transforming us then to the yogi. Then we become yogi through the tapas.
yes, ecco, i tapas, yes.
Yes.
But I think it's possible also without tapas become yogi, because it depends for your mood also, no? Your nature, your nature. For example, you are calm, for example, you can do everything very good, but if you are very stressed, is more difficult. So also what you see, the outside and inside. Many times the inside can resolve also what is outside. Because if you are calm, you can approach the outside, but you can win the outside because you are firm and calm. So every time I teach this to my student, because it's very important that they are calm and think before to speak. Otherwise, there is also the war. Now there is the war because nobody is not open to understand the other. The war is yes.
Yes, thank you. Very beautiful. And this is actually what is the main topic, that the atmosphere of our consciousness must be changed. Because the similar is inviting similar. If we are in the distress and we are angry and all, then such kind of thoughts are invited and such kind of understanding is there and everything make conflict. So this is beautifully what you pointed, that what is important is to work on us to have calmness, and then that inner like this santosha, then all aspects of niyama need to be handled at the same time, not only one.
When you are
Thank
in
you very much.
Santosha, you are in Santosha, you can guide people and also understand the people.
Yes.
Sometimes one person put yourself like a wall, the wall, and then is under the wall, and then you don't understand what is the meaning of the other people. They are outside, so there is very, very lotta, come si dice? Lotta. Where? Come si dice la lotta? War,
Okay.
war,
Yeah.
okay, war. It's not a war, a little less war, but there is a war to the other, always to the other. But the war, we have to
It's inside.
win inside with ourselves.
Beautiful. Thank you
Because
very much, Amy. Thank you. This is the most important, to find the cause of our problems in ourselves, not
yes,
trying to search the cause of problems in others. So
yes,
now I would like to ask Swami Suryananda ji, because he is also master in Ayurveda, that the approach of Ayurveda for strong immunity and vitality. And we know that in Ayurveda there is one concept called ojas, the most refined product of our digestive system after shukra. And this is considered to be the basis of kapha. It means strong physiology, strong immune system. And in Ayurveda also, they consider these heavy illnesses are the main cause is the reduction of ojas in the body. And if the ojas completely goes, then the death is the end. So more ojas we have, more we are strong, healthy, and more vital. So please tell us something about the value of ojas through the practice of yoga and Ayurveda.
Before, I want to answer, sorry, I have one interpreter nearby me that is more clear. Give me the permission to speak in Italian, ok? Prima mi hai chiesto la definizione della salute in Ayurveda, che è fantastica.
I had you ask me regarding the definition of Ayurveda, which I find it's amazing.
Is amazing because it's complete.
Yeah.
E andiamo nei testi di Sushruta.
So we refer to the texts of Sushruta.
E troviamo questa frase che tutti noi che pratichiamo Ayurveda conosciamo a memoria.
And then we always read this sentence that every one of us practicing Ayurveda perfectly knows, which is
Perché è davvero la definizione della salute come deve essere.
because it's the real definition of the absolute as it has to be.
Tu la conosci molto bene, ma noi ce la continuiamo a ripetere fra di noi a volte.
This is a sentence we try to repeat to ourselves as much as possible.
Perché la salute non è solo quella che crede la medicina moderna.
Because health, the concept of health, is not only that of modern medicine.
Perché la medicina moderna pensa che basta avere le analisi a posto e una persona è sana.
You know that because modern medicine thinks that you're healthy if your analysis, your blood tests are okay, the results are fine.
Ma la più bella definizione di Sushruta è Samadosha Samagnischa Samadatu Malakriyaha. And now the most important thing for today is Prasannatmandriya Manaha Swastaiti Avidyate. La salute non è soltanto avere le analisi a posto, ma avere la gioia nell'anima, nei sensi e nella mente.
Health is not having your blood test okay and your physical analysis okay, but having joy and health in your mind.
E questo è molto importante da ripetere oggi, visto che le persone, la medicina non prende in considerazione questo aspetto.
And nowadays this is so important because modern medicine never takes into consideration this aspect.
Ed è proprio nella gioia che tutte le cose si trasformano bene e nasce l'ojas, nasce l'energia.
And joy is what really, feeds ojas and energy.
Ok? E un'altra cosa molto importante che non bisogna dimenticare mai, che nella prima riga il dottor Sushruta parla di salute e la salute la chiama swasta.
And another important thing is that in the first sentence, Dr. Sushruta refers to health, and the name used for health actually is
Swasta in Sanskrit, that means essere nel proprio sé.
So that means in Sanskrit being in our authentic self, our inner self.
Come diceva Amy prima, quando per esempio noi ce ne andiamo, lasciamo tutto perché scopriamo che niente ci appartiene.
As Amy correctly said before, when our soul leaves the body, we leave everything because nothing is owned by us, actually. We don't own anything. materially.
E per questo l'uomo viene risvegliato se noi portiamo questa grande informazione di fare capire che un percorso che l'uomo deve percorrere, che yoga è specializzato in questo, è quello della via che ci porta alla nostra unica realtà che è il sé.
So this is why we have to understand and share the fact that the only way is the path through our authentic ourself, so our consciousness, and this is the path yoga teaches us every day.
Questo volevo dirti, caro Jadranko, perché prima non ti ho potuto rispondere e mi avevi chiesto una definizione di salute. E per noi nella Ayurveda la salute è proprio questa.
Yeah, and I really cared about answering to the question you started before you answered, you asked me at the beginning, because for me it's very important, the concept of health, and health, real health, is this one actually.
E concludo dicendo, non c'è salute, non c'è oggia se non c'è gioia nell'anima, nei sensi e nella mente.
And my last thing to add is that there is no health, there is no joy, and there is nothing else if it's not, in the mind.
If the joy is not inside
Myself,
in my mind, in my senses, ojas can't become, can't grow up. E così le difese immunitarie scendono se non c'è ojas e l'umanità e la popolazione si ammala.
So in the absence of ojas, immune system doesn't work properly, goes lower, and people get ill, of course.
Thank you, Jadranko Ji.
Thank you very much for explaining us more about the value of ojas in our life. And now I would like to come back to Shri Durgadas Sawantji, related to the some recommendations which you can give to the audience, how to prevent possible illness to come, or how to maintain good health through the yogic practices of purification of the body, the Shat Karmas.
Yeah. Thank you. So basically it is said that toxin accumulation is the sole reason for diseases. And so detoxification is of paramount importance. Now, as such, all the technical aspects of yoga, they are concerned with detoxification. For example, in asana, the blood circulation improves. When we say blood circulation improves, the venous drainage is better and better supplement will reach. So also the another parallel system to the venous blood is the lymphatic system. There also the drainage happens. But more than that, it is the Shuddhi Kriya, special chapter, cleansing processes. They are 6 in number basically, so they are not Shat Kriyas. So Dhauti, Bhakti, Neti, Tratak, Kapalbhati, Nahuli, these are the 6 cleansing process, the traditional text describing. And they leads to Tridosh, what Ayurvedic concept again, the Kapha, Pitta, Vata. When there is balance in the Tridosh, one is healthy. And when there is imbalance, we end with so many diseases. And basically, the Shuddhi Kriya remove excess Pitta and Kapha, leading to the balance in Tridosha, thereby rendering the health. So Kriyas are more important from detoxification point of view. And even asana, because of the circulation, better circulation, drains the poison, thereby helping to detoxify. Now, detoxification is not only at a physical level, but more at a mental level. So the emotional imbalance, emotional instability, all or stress, what we call, leading to poison formation. And so relaxation in the mind is controlling the poison formation at a mental level. And so that's very important. All the yogic practices are ultimately leading to relaxation. Mental relaxation is one of the important effect of yoga, along with other effects, of course. The muscle toning, flexibility, the tendon, and the smooth function of different systems, organs, and of course, immunity, which is our major topic today of discussion. All that is improved by yoga. Now, brahmacharya is one of the yama, and in general, celibacy or abstaining from the sex is one of the meaning of brahmacharya. But the broader meaning can be Brahma is the nature or ultimate, principle, and so brahmacharya, chara is to follow. So brahmacharya is to follow the law of God or law of nature, in short. And so so-called naturopathy, that term, although it has coined in Europe, but that can be included as a part of brahmacharya because following the nature. And so the antibiotics nowadays, modern medicine has discovered, and every now and then we are dumping antibiotics. So more we dump antibiotics, our resistance, our immunity will go down, and their immunity of the germs will grow. And the greatest challenge for different pathological diseases, infectious diseases, is not the so-called viruses or bacteria, but very, antibiotics synthesized by the, scientists or pharma, industry or whatever it is. And so the basic principle of democracy and live and let others live. We are too much talking about germs and use of the different lotions and antibiotics and all that. But germs are our ancestors, right from minus 50-degree ice up to 2500-degree centigrade industry furnace chimney, we have found the survival of bacteria. I mean, such a wide range survival the mother nature or God has given to them, offered to them. And so don't just think of, don't dream to kill the germs and live. If we have got, body has got 3 trillion cells, 10 times more germs are associated with our body outside as well as inside. And the recent research says it is the bacteria, it is the intestinal flora that decides whether you will be healthy or you will be diseased. The type of food we are consuming today, it's cultivating those enemy bacteria inside the intestine. Instead of that, we should take such food which will favor the colony of the friendful bacteria. Nowadays, in that context, no doubt, alkaligenic food, taking of alkaligenic food, avoiding acidogenic food, simultaneously the 5 special, the cereals they are talking about, millet, what they call. A lot of research has been done. If they are taken in proper way, then it builds the colony of friendful bacteria. That is one part. Secondly, as I said, rest and, fast are the natural responses for any infectious diseases by nature. If you see any animal, when they are not well, they don't eat because they follow Mother Nature's, inbuilt wisdom, what they have, intuition, whatever you call it. Human brain is so much developed that it has become abnormal. And so it is the only animal which doesn't obey the nature's inborn wisdom. And that's why we are dumping antibiotics and all that. So it's my personal experience since 1990. Any fever, flu, influenza, anything, I stopped taking any medicine. So rest and fast for a couple of days, and then have some kada extract of basil, tulsi, or it is known as, or ginger, and that increases our immunity. If it is cough related, then avoid pepper, black pepper, it is known as. So black pepper is also very good to boost our immunity. If it is not cough related, if malaria or dengue, such fever are there, which is not related to cough, then along with basil and ginger, we can add the black pepper in that extract, and that boosts the immunity. That is one thing. And my personal experience from 1990 to 2000, 10 years, I got 12 times malaria. It relapsed sometimes just after 2 months or 4 months, because the area where I'm staying in Mumbai, lot of construction was going on at that time, and construction directly supports the Anopheles, mosquito, which are mainly concerned with the falciparum malaria. And then I used to have chloroquine and all that, lot of acidity, and fever used to go up to 105 degrees Fahrenheit. In 2001, last I got falciparum malaria. Since last 24 years, it didn't dare to relapse because I followed naturopathy. I fasted for a couple of days only on water. Then for 15 days, I didn't consume any cooked grapes, only raw vegetable juices and fruit juices. On 8th day, I was checking the blood parameters. So on 8th day, I found my WBC count was only 2,500,
Jadranko,
which is
can you
generally around 7,000,
Yes.
and my hemoglobin was only 8.5, which is otherwise some 14%, 15% or so. Because every time you get a fever, remain for some 8 hours, 10 hours, 1% hemoglobin is to go down. That happens generally in this malaria, dengue, such cases. On 9th day, I found slowly the WBC count of 3,100 and hemoglobin on 9.5%. Slowly that axis got stimulated, and for that we need to give time. Immediately the fever is there. If you dump the medicines, then that inner potency can't work. We should give some time for that. So
Thank
it
you.
is like sovereignty of a nation. Some enemy nation attacks, if that particular nation is fighting with that enemy nation at its own, then the sovereignty will be maintained. If it has to take help of some other country, then obviously it will be like slavery, something like that. So if we fight on our basis of immunity without dumping the antibiotics and all that, then our immunity boosts like anything, and later on slowly everything got cleared, and then onwards I never got, falciparum malaria till now. Means 10 years I got 12 times malaria, and in last 24 years, not a single time it has. Similarly, during this COVID-19, I didn't take any medicine. Our whole family, of course, COVID-19, everybody, all the family member will get infected, So we fasted for a couple of days, and then same thing, that kada what I mentioned, the basil and ginger what I mentioned, and then after 3rd day we strictly followed the diet, mainly liquid diet, not any acid dumping diet. Many times when people are suffering from fever, or they think, okay, taste has gone, we can't eat normal food, let us go for some tea, coffee, and some toast and biscuit, something like that. On the contrary, they are more acid dumping. So they are, more supporting the disease. So by following this, when we eat food during the disease, actually we are feeding the disease or feeding the germ. So fasting is the best, detoxification. It will boost immunity and vitality like anything, and so that's to be followed. And without any problem, all of our family members, without any complication, our COVID-19 got cured. So
Yes.
I just always say that even today is 27th September 2025. As on today, medical science has not claimed that they do have any medicine for the COVID-19. My simple question: if you had not medicine, why did you treat at all? On the contrary, I accuse the 70 million people died across the globe because of the COVID-19. More not because of the virus, more
Thank
because
you,
of the treatment we had
Savantji.
given. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you very much, Savantji, for
thank you.
giving us your personal experience, which is very valuable, and testifying the approach of yoga. And I liked also very much where you stated that this brahmacharya, it means kind of very positive attitude to the life and relating our life with that cosmic intelligence, which is guiding the life of our own individual life also, to be in tune in the 100% full value with that. And then the brahmacharya, virya, labdha. So then that vitality is gained automatically. And also, it's a beautiful thing what you mentioned about bacteria, that we should not consider all, but there are good bacteria. And in fact, there is one mitochondria called, this is kind of a bacteria which is 3 billion years back, before human being existed as a human being. And it is the basis of our life. So we are consisting of bacteria. And this mitochondria, they were considering that they are just like a batteries for producing energy for the function of nervous system and our physical body. But lately in the medical science, they found it has its own DNA, it has its own intelligence, and it's highly intelligent, and it's coordinating mental and physical functions in the body in such a precision and everything. So these are also the bacteria. So then what is happening, we need to relate that if our intelligence of our body is in its full function, then it will not recognize some bacteria as being a danger to itself and react to the reaction with the fighting, and then creating autoimmune diseases and all kinds of illnesses. So we need to improve the quality of the function of inner intelligence through purification of the toxins and removing what is blocking that intelligence to function in its full value. That's why that Ashuddhi Kriya, Ashuddhi Kshaya, which Patanjali mentions in the Sutra 27, second chapter, that the limbs of yoga should be practiced for the Ashuddhi Kshaya, to reduce impurities in the body, so that Viveka Khyati, that our individual intelligence can realize its full value and gain self-realization. Then we are on the safe side. So thank you very much, all of you, for such a beautiful expositions from the point of view of yoga and Ayurveda, how to improve the vitality and immunity. And now I would like to invite our dear participants of this webinar to ask questions to our panelists. We have some time for questions.
Jadranko ji, I'm so sorry. I am in one seminar. Sorry.
Yes.
You can follow.
Thank you very much for.
I need to go in the seminar with my students that are waiting for me. Thank you so much to invite.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Yes, if there is any question, please, you can unmute and ask regarding to this topic. Ilya, yes?
They can write in chat box also.
Yes. No question in the chat box.
No, I am saying that people can write if they want on the chat box also.
Yes. Good. So there is a question about the autoimmune diseases in kids, how to cure by yoga and food. So, the Durgadas Savantji, did you have in your experience dealing with that topic?
Yes. As I just now said, if there is cold or fever, we should not take any medicine. We should, detoxify, something like that. Many times people are very sensitive, obviously, so far kids are concerned. And it's true. They are very much, parents become more panic when small kids, they suffer. Now, as you know, there are two types of immunities. One is inborn immunity, innate immunity, what is one, and another is acquired. So for acquired immunity, the kid has to get exposed to the, variety of germs. So till the child is in the, rather the embryo is in the womb of mother, it's protected. Moment it comes out after birth, it is exposed to the surrounding and get exposed to various germs. And every time they expose to different types of germs, they acquire the immunity. And so it's very natural that small children will have a fever again and again, nothing wrong in that. And so the mother's milk is best for boosting the immunity. So that should be continued. And if the kid need not fast, of course, we can't tell the kid to take rest. So what is important is not dumping the, medicine, especially, people give crocin, syrup or such formulas, and that will reduce their immunity. So by exposing to the germs, getting fever, nothing to worry about. And till fever is 1 or 2 degree Fahrenheit, it's safe. Fever can be dangerous only when it crosses 1 or 2 degree Fahrenheit. And my experience, when I used to take chloroquine, fever used to shoot up to 104 and 105 degree Fahrenheit. And when last time I followed the naturopathy, it never crossed 1 or 2 degree Fahrenheit. So that way. And if at all fever, we find that fever goes up, then we can have wet cotton over the forehead or on the belly, or even in extreme case, the mud therapy, the wet mud can be put over the belly so that the temperature can be immediately brought down and nothing to worry about. So many people say, okay, fever is not good, it will have this effect and that effect on this organ and brain. And what about antibiotics? Are they vitamin? Antibiotics also, bad effect on different organs, whether it is liver, kidney, and whatnot. And so, as per the principle of naturopathy, we should try not to dump all these antibiotics. And getting fever again and again for the kids is very natural, because every time they are developing newer and newer acquired immunity. So nothing, no need to get panic.
Yes, thank you very much. I always comes to my mind addressing you, Dr. Durgadas Sawant, because you are a great expert for helping people in their health conditions. And
I have a question.
Yes.
For Durgadas Savantji.
Yeah.
He meant about brahmacharya, and please make one parallel with managing our energy. Our energy. How can we make better our immune system with managing our energy?
Yeah. So there is a hypothalamic hypophyseal axis. Every time when we discuss immunity, we talk about that. Hypothalamus is a very important site of emotions and whatnot. And then pituitary gland is the master directly acting under hypothalamus. And then under pituitary, all other glands are acting. And even when the adrenal gland cortisols, hormones, they are getting disturbed. We have got even the autoimmune disease Mr. Jadranko just referred to. It is there. And so basically energy is very subtle, what we call pranamaya kosh. Just there are the panchakosha concept in the Vedanta. Annamaya Kosh is body, Pranamaya Kosh is the energy body, Manomaya Kosh is the mind, Vijnanamaya Kosh is the conscience, and then Anandamaya Kosh is the bliss, and then comes the actual existence of so-called Atma. And so the disease form at a mental level. It is Adi. In Sanskrit, the disease is known as Vyadi. Adi leads to Vyadi. Adi is the initiation of the disease. So the medical science studies the disease only at a physical level through the symptoms, and mainly most of the medicines, they try to suppress the symptom without touching the root cause of the disease. So the root cause, ahar vihar nidra, as Ayurveda said, the right food and proper movement and the calmness of the mind, relaxation of the mind, that leads to health. Since we are exploited nowadays, all these three we are suffering from diseases. And so when all these are balanced, the lifestyle is correct, then automatically the energy level increases. In fact, first Adi is formed in the Manomaya Kosh, then it pollutes the Pranamaya Kosh, the prana that flows through the nadis. They have described, they have claimed some 72,000 nadis by most of the texts. Of course, Sri Samhita is talking about 3.5 lakh nadis. So prana flows. Now the streamlined flow of the prana is getting disturbed. The pranic flow becomes non-streamlined, number one, and some of the nadis may get blocked here and there because of all the disturbances. And as a result, the Annamaya Kosh is affected later on. So the disease first takes its shape in the Manomaya Kosh, it pollutes the Pranamaya Kosh, and then expresses in terms of symptom at a Annamaya Kosh, that is the physical level. And so yoga acts at all these levels. It has got effect on body, it has got effect on the Pranamaya Kosh, and it has got effect on the Manomaya Kosh. And even it improves the strength of the Vijnanamaya Kosh. So prevention, let us call it. So Vijnanamaya Kosh is also strengthened. So that is the advantage of yoga, that simultaneously it works on all these level, and thereby improving the energy level, pranic energy, and it is the prana. Prana is sandwiched in between Annamaya Kosh and Manomaya Kosh. So prana is responsible for the functioning of both body and mind. Otherwise, body is without prana. When the dead body, we say gata prana, means prana has gone. That is the death. Till prana is there, we are live, body is functioning. If prana is there, neither body will function nor mind will function. And so this pranic level is very important. I hope I have tried to, answer your question. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes, just there was one question regarding the difference between the Ojas and Tejas. So just to relate to what you said, Savanji, the subtle body, which is we call astral body or Linga Sharira, or the main three doshas is Prana, Tejas, and Ojas, which are then expressed in their function on the physical level of Annamaya Kosha as Vata, Pitta, Kapha. So if Prana is strong, then Vata is balanced. If Tejas is strong, then Pitta is balanced. And if Ojas is strong, then Kapha is balanced. So what we aim with the practice of yoga to take care of Prana, Tejas, Ojas, and then through the practices of Pranayama, we are very effectively able to do that. The Prana is the energy which moves, and in its movement, it creates Tejas by consuming Ojas. So Ojas is related to the structure of the nadis, and the Tejas is the effect of the light emitted from the nadis, and we express as a light of inner light of in our consciousness, in our body, inner body, and prana. So there are beautiful practices to work on that, and through the purification of the Nadi Shuddhi practices, and these are very important for the health, to improve the immunity and to increase vitality in our body. And so related to some other questions, I see here there is one hand raised. Please ask question.
did my conclusion is okay that if we really stick and make harmony with the Yama and Niyama principles truly from deep of ourselves, that we will actually avoid at least any kind of autoimmune disease or generally disease. So that this is the actually root practice for
Good.
immunity and vitality.
Yes, thank you. So, Miji, do you like to say regarding this question about the principles of Yama, those qualities, how they improve our immune system and prevent us from disease?
Yama and Yama. Oh, Yama, or only Yama?
Yama and Yama, both of them.
Both of them. It's one roots, no, come si dice? Street, one street that guide you in your life. Yama and Niyama are one. I lost my English.
Yeah. We can say we make sankalpa to live that. That we devote our life to those principles. It becomes then our root in life.
Yes, my route is very, very long. Very long. I start with my life with some of this, like Yama and Yama, and like in all the yoga together. I not work about Ayurveda. No, I know Ayurveda because yes, we have to know everything, but I follow the path of yoga, normally yoga. Yoga give me to understand also Yama and Yama is a very yoga path.
Yes, beautiful. Thank you, Emily. So basically, this is what, when we hear the word yoga, it is associating us immediately with something what is very beautiful, very pure, and something very positive in life. So immediately when we relate our life with yoga, we are entering into that stream to cherish those qualities. So this is very nice.
Yoga is means union. Yoga is a union. Union of the Yama and Niyama too. Everything is a union. When you are know the one is not second.
Yes, excellent. So this is what
that
today.
I'm not taken.
Yes, today mainly they think yoga is physical exercise. Most of the people, but yoga is the whole 8 limbs, and we should practice 8 limbs simultaneously.
Yes, it's a whole. But sometimes we are human, so not always we are very straight. Sometimes it's like this, sometimes it's there, but you have to find your way, straight, because this is yoga, union. You unify the Yama and the Yama too. Yoga is a unit. So when you live, you have to be conscious this way, your way, straight way, very straight, because sometimes the human being is like this. It take one line and the other line, but when you are able to put it together, it's very easy for your life. Sorry, maybe it's difficult because I get not so much vocabulary.
No, we understand.
They understand.
Yes. So the yoga, the yoga is effortless path. You want to also emphasize that it's not a struggle, not kind of creating dukkha through the practice of yoga, but sukha. And today,
but unify everything is a one. Because
unifying always brings comfort. Yes.
So when do you understand this? You don't tell yama is good, yama is not good, or like this, because everything is yoga. You can go inside everything because you have to know your part bad and your part good. Because otherwise you can't vincere, come dire. You can, when vincere.
Balance.
Vincere.
Balance.
You know, yes, the balance, but you can one and not the other.
Yes.
It's like this. We are like this because I have two hemispheres. The one thinking in a way, the other in the other way. So when you are unit, this is your roots. It's very important to understand this. I am very old, so maybe I understand this because I'm very old, but I'm not able to explain very light because I not the words. I have not words enough to explain this, but I think my gestual, you understand. The important is put together because it's not bad and not good because everything we need for this, but we have to put together. And so you can go very straight, very conscious, very conscious. When you are conscious of this, you are not afraid. No, it's afraid, but we are
No
happy.
fear of differences. Yes.
Yes.
Great. Thank you. Thank you very much, Niketa. Thank you, Shri Durgadas Sawantji, for contributions for this webinar.
Sorry, I want to one thing.
Yes.
Yoga is not it's very difficult. I would like to tell what you say. Come dico? Everything is yoga. Yoga is everything. Okay. Yoga is everything, but not everything is yoga. It's important to understand this. Sorry for my language. Sorry.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you for this.
Dear Vikramji, I think the time slowly came to the end of this webinar, and we are all thankful very much to you organizing this webinar on behalf of United Consciousness. And please.
This is amazing, Jadranko ji. Can I request everybody, if they can switch on their camera, we can have a group photograph for our memory's sake, so that whenever we see, we will remember this wonderful time today. Thank you very much, Jadranko ji, for this wonderful moderation. You did absolute justice with the audience, with the speakers, with the panelists, and the inputs that you gave time to time were amazing. Thank you very much, Durgadas Sawantji. You were representing India and you did so phenomenally well in explaining difficult concepts. Thank you very much, Amiji. In spite of some limitation with the language, but still we could understand the essence that you wanted to elaborate. And we would also like to extend our thanks to President, European Yoga Federation, Swami Suryananda Saraswati ji. Let's click group photograph. Whosoever can switch on the camera, they can also click it. Perfect. Stay tuned, everybody. Every month we will have this series with new panel of experts and new moderators. So next month again we'll have in October. You all will be posted about it. Thank you very much for the audience for being so much wonderful and asking such important questions. Thank you, Pranam.
Thank you.
Thank you very much to everybody.